I gotta say, man, you know my in-laws were here. And you know how I've been telling you every night. They've been getting on my goddamn nerves. Just left today.
Mm-hmm. You can't even understand them.
I can't even understand them, man. Sitting up there just talk. They doing all kind of just shitty things, man. Cooking for me every day.
Cleaning after.
But I gotta tell you, out of all the nasty and bitter and shitty things that they've done, y'all, they ain't never tried to kill me.
What the hell is this? How old is this thing?
I know you're in here.
I can't really complain when I look at the life that Grace has, the new life that she just wants to have with her fresh husband. Dreaming of getting ready with fresh husband. Man, it hasn't even been. They just gave their vows, the kiss, just got through with the reception. It was a nice wedding too, man. I was there. TJ was there. It was beautiful. She made a gorgeous bride.
I cried.
I cried too, man. And then they got in there and they said, you know something? We love you. Welcome to the family. Run, bitch! And then that's what...
White get out?
Yes. Well, kinda.
You better wait.
Right. Yeah, man. Little did she know that the family has a very strange tradition. Turns out that the family made the money through games, board games, card games, and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm. Then invested, and then they did elaborate. They invested into football teams and things of that nature.
Yeah, they did. They grew. But you know, the family's built on games. So whenever a new member comes in through marriage, they have to play a few games, depending on what they pick. Mm-hmm. There's a card that they have to pull out. The card might say, I don't know, go fish, old maid, or it might say, run and hide, and when we find you, we're going to kill you. Or what we like to call hide and seek.
Okay.
Usually without the murder when we've done it.
Yeah.
But at this point, the only thing that she has that could probably save her, you know, I hate this in movies when they do this, but the only thing that could probably save her is love. Because the only one that doesn't want to kill her is the guy that just said, God damn, I ain't even had sex with her yet. You know, maybe he has, I don't know. You're like, let me kick the tires before y'all deflate this thing right there. Yeah, man. Somewhat of a hard thriller that we have here, and also another genre that's thrown in there. Mm-hmm. We'll tell you about that after we watch this trailer for Hide and Seek and come back.
Ready or not.
What did I say? Ready or
Hide and Seek.
See, I'm already messing up. I'd lose this game so bad.
That's the shitty De Niro movie Hide and
What we
Seek.
playing?
Yeah.
Can't read this?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be running. Ready or not, here I come!
Do you think this is a f***ing game?
The other genre that you probably saw right there, or heard if you're listening, is comedy. So we have sort of a comedy horror thriller going on, trying to balance a lot of things at one time. Does that work? Well, let me tell you, first of all, I actually enjoyed, before I even tell you whether I like the movie itself or not, I actually enjoyed the themes in the film.
Yes.
Because the theme... Well, yeah, no, it is. It is. And I tell you what the theme here is like, it fits into today's themes because, you know, thanks to social media, more than ever, we have more of an insight into the lifestyles of the rich and the famous. And there was a time we thought it was kind of glamorous. And, you know, at worst, they were just a bunch of, uppity snobs, elitist snobs. And today we get to see that, rich people are crazy.
Just absolutely nuts.
Yeah, from Kanye to your boy Epstein or Epstein, whatever. Mm-hmm. You know, we see that they do crazy shit. You know, the allure of the rich and famous is kind of worn off. You know, and that's what this movie is kind of doing. You know, the movie is saying that
being rich is not all it's cracked up to.
Yeah, it embraces that theme because money has made them so insane that they believe they have to not only just be competitive, they have to kill a motherfucker. Keep the money, you know?
And apparently they had to clone Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I'm getting old. So many people. I'll hold off on that.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm glad you noticed that because some people are saying, man, I can't wait to see that Margot Robbie movie, man.
You will be disappointed.
Boy, y'all.
It's not Margot.
There's a twist. Man, the twist is she ain't even Margot Robbie, man. Can you believe that shit? The words that you're gonna hear with this with this movie if you ever decide to read reviews on this, you're gonna hear things like wicked, twisted, dark. All those apply. The word I'm going to use, and it's a big one because I just got paid and bought a couple of big words, man. Can't wait to use them.
Cash it in.
Cash it in right now, that. Man. Put it to some use. Macabre. Maybe I've said it wrong. No, macabre. Is it macabre?
I think it's macabre.
Is it macabre?
Nigga, read a dictionary.
No, I just bought it. I didn't use it yet. She's Machiavelli, man. No, man, I didn't get a chance to break it in yet.
Macabre Brooks.
Macabre, your brother, man. You ain't gonna sue me for using his name. Man, this movie is Macabre Brooks, man. It's crazy.
All kind of fucked
Well,
up.
because the thing is, it's like it's gory. It loves playing in blood. It's almost like the movie's almost like a little kid playing in a sprinkler of blood, man. It just bathes in it.
They throw around blood like no other, and I respect them for going that route.
Yeah, I mean, you saw. That's why people saw this trailer, and they like, why are you showing in this? Why you showing all the good deaths? You showing all the good gore, and it's like, nah. Man. There's they said, that was just a little spritzer.
Just a little tiny bit, just giving you a little taste.
Yeah,
I don't like
sprinkle.
this trailer, but
You don't like this trailer?
I think it shows up a little too much.
I do too.
I think it shows way too much, but what they're showing, there's still plenty in the film. So I agree with you in terms of the gore, in terms of things like that. Don't worry, people getting fucked up all around in this movie.
Yeah, no, they are. You know what? And I like it because it sets up an atmosphere of like a weird fun house. The whole, like, the movie opens up like showing you like these board games, like what's supposed to be family board games. If the whole family worships Satan, or serial killers are just kind of crazy,
Just evil spirits.
Yeah, it's they triple quadruple down on the Ouija board. It's like so it's in the mansion that they in. It's like, one of those big ass Scooby-Doo mansions where long ass hallways where there's 20 doors on each side that you can run in and out of.
They're running
Yeah.
with 70s music.
Yeah, playing. Yeah. They got the paintings with the eyes that look back and forth.
The secret passages.
The secret passages.
Right,
Yeah.
they cut them in a band.
Yeah.
I used to do that shit.
And the joint stays dark. And it ain't because, they're rich, so it ain't because they trying to save on the light bill or anything. They just like living like the Addams family.
You see them cut the light off.
Yeah. They just, but it makes sense because, it's a fun atmosphere. I mean, the movie's called,
Ready or Not.
Ready or Not. They're playing hide and seek. Say what you will about the family and the darkness that they live in, but they know how to set the mood. If this is a game of hide and seek that you're playing in a sinister, deadly game of hide and seek, then yeah, you're gonna want to have pretty much like a spook house without the spooks. You want to have a lot of dark nook and crannies to hide in. You're gonna go and probably expecting like, some shits and giggles and more horror or thriller going on. Nah, man, you need to know if you're going in that this is emphasis on comedy. So when you go see this and everybody's around you giggling and shit, you can't get mad because that going in here that they have put comedy,
At the forefront.
At the forefront. And fortunately, I love horror comedies. I think it's a hard balance to actually thrill or scare people at the same time you're making them laugh. Mm-hmm. So when they get it, when they do it right, and I think they did it right, very much here in balancing all that. It's when it's done right, it makes me more invested in a way. These characters have made me some of these characters have made me laugh. Some of these characters, especially if they're the victims, man, they make me laugh and they kind of like stop and slow down for a little bit and lighten the mood. When things get heavy, I actually care for them again. And plus, I admire how you can fit a joke in such a in such an oppressive environment here.
I think the biggest thing for me is that whenever you actually make them like a lot of comedy and you put the emphasis on it, it almost humanizes them because they're like, yeah, this is a shitty scenario, and they up like a family would fuck in this scenario. Like,
exactly.
And I actually appreciate that because they're like, we don't kill people, and they don't act like they kill people. And so whenever they make a up, they make a mistake, and somebody calls them out on it, like, man, you're such a up. You actually messed everything up.
That's the thing you got to understand. Thank you, man, because the thing you think that this is going to be like a ruthless family, and they are, but you think that after this being a big tradition for them, that they're going to know what they're doing. They do not know what the they are doing at all. That's another thing, like them being like rich people. They hardly have to do this.
They're even arguing over the rules. They're like, can we do this? Can we do that? Like, it's a lot. It's really funny, and I think that humor just makes it more attached to those characters.
Well, it makes it more believable if they are fucking up. You know, it's like, all right, no one knows what they're doing here. Sometimes I almost get scared for the villains because they don't know what they're doing. I'm like, y'all gonna end up killing each other. I love at the beginning of the movie, man, like the maids sitting over there, they trying to be all evil and shit too. They didn't know they were gonna be the first ones to get picked up. Trying to like some Tim Burton shit over there. What also makes this more believable for me is that I think that even for your most exaggerated characters, everybody's reactions, even though they're comedic, you know, and some of them are like over the top, all of them have believable motivations. You know, right when they start, because if you see the movie, right when they start doing things and you start to question what they're doing, the movie does come around and gradually explains why people would even get wrapped up in this.
Yeah, what exactly led to this?
Yeah, you know, it's because it wouldn't like we were saying, you know, with them not being too experienced, this wouldn't be very believable for me. I wouldn't be convincing if it was just, you know, the whole family running around with evil grins. I'm gonna get you, bitch. You know, it's like it's actually might be a good ass movie. Right there.
I mean, they're not even really happy to do it. It's just kind of like, well, we got dealt this card, so
you see, that's the thing, man. Everybody kind of feels differently about it. Some people are really into it, and some people really don't want to do it. There are some small dramatic moments that get you really invested, like Adam Brody in the movie. He's so torn about having to do this, and he has to do it. And they explain to you why everybody has to do it. No one's safe. You feel that's what I liked about it. You start to feel for some of the family, even the ones that seem like they really are into it, because you know there's a sense of y'all have to do it. And it really tears some people apart. Adam Brody in the movie, he's just an alcoholic, man. He hates this so much. He has to drink to actually go through with it. And when I say go through with it, it's not even killing somebody. It's just
to exist.
To exist and playing the game. Even having to rat her out, it just tears them apart.
I just came to get a drink. I have to call the others. I'll give you a 10-second head start. 2.5, 1,000.
She's in the study!
She's like, bitch, that ain't 10? you know counting, motherfucker?
You drunk, motherfucker?
He's just so drunk he can't even count. He's like, oh,
1, 2, skip a few.
They're able to even put in, like I say, small moments of drama. You know, and I think that you know, when you look at it, they're able to really make you feel for the character of Grace. I mean, they get across that she is terrified. While we're over here laughing and everything, this shit is not funny to her at all. You see the little details, like her heavy breathing, man. You know, like a wild animal that's you know trying to escape,
just trying to survive.
It's
She's like, oh.
And you know, and it really does feel like an animalistic thing with predators and prey. Like, you know, she's so scared that she freezes. Mm-hmm. You know, she's breathing hard.
You see her evolve through the movie, and especially knowing her background, it really makes you feel for just the scenarios she's put into and how their reactions display that.
Everything that she does, whether she's running scared or she's fighting, it's all done out of this
Desperation
to survive. You know, it's and speaking of Grace right here, man. Yeah, you hit it. You hit it, Billy. You know, her name is Samara Weaving, and I'm like you, man. I am convinced that the only reason why she's working in Hollywood right now is because she told everybody that she's Margot Robbie. You know, you cannot.
Which one is which?
I don't know. It's like I'm glad we don't have a gun right now because like, shit, I don't know which one I'm supposed to shoot. You know?
No.
Which one is evil, Margot? I don't know. You know,
Make a decision.
Damn, when you put their photos right, like
when you put their photos
Dude.
right there, man. Somebody went to the bathroom after Margot Robbie took a shit or a piss and took her DNA and cloned this girl, man.
separated at birth.
Yeah. I mean, that is insane right there. Also, it doesn't hurt that old Uncle Hugo probably helped her out. That's her uncle.
Oh,
she's also Margot Robbie's Australian, right?
Yeah. And she's Australian as well.
This girl's Australian. I'm telling you, man.
I heard
Conspiracy theory. I don't think so. The proof is right there.
Also, all Hugo had to do was just look at the big ass eyes. He'd be like, okay, whatever you say, man.
Shit, that's Hugo standing outside the producer's room right there. You will cast my niece.
He's gonna give it a father, right?
Is that Hugo Weaving outside on you?
Oh, shit.
It is. My niece get the part. Yes, just get the.
Cast her, I'll hunt you.
Yeah. I'm hunting you now. Yeah, when Agent Smith asks for you to put his relative in the movie, you better do it. Whether it's nepotism or not, man, she is very good in the movie. Like I said, she has to handle a lot of modes. Her comic timing is pretty good, and there's little parts when she's learning about what the family does. I can relate to her because she has this whole look on her face, like, okay, what.
Wow.
I'm just gonna play along because what am I? I'm sleeping in that house and I'm married to their son.
Right.
She doesn't know how dangerous this is gonna get. So her reaction would be like, "Oh, what the f is wrong with these people?" But okay.
One weekend, I get ready.
I know how you would act, Billy. Shit, this white girl, I'll do anything I want me to do.
Like, yeah, you sure? Come out on top though.
Yeah, you would.
I'm stupid. Mama too.
And in the movie, having sex all covered in blood and everything.
I win.
Grinning.
Y'all niggas tripping.
The rest of the family, I gotta say, I do like them, man.
You know what? I know we talked about the brother, and he's actually my
Adam Brody.
Adam Brody. He's my second favorite character in this movie.
Who is your favorite?
Man, I love the sister.
Aunt Helen.
Not Aunt Helen. The one, you know who I'm talking about?
Oh,
the coked out, drugged out.
Oh, y'all got to see this chick. Like, who is giving this girl weapons, man? Like, when they call her, this girl, if she ain't doing cocaine, she's popping pills. Like when they she out there wilding, she's high through the whole thing, man. She getting them last minute fixes.
Literally every dramatic moment, like you see her like or like taking pills, it's great. Like,
look at little kid eating candy for you.
Yeah, looking guilty as hell, like doing something she knows she's not supposed to be doing.
Up to no motherfucking good.
No good at all, and does the most damage because she's high. And every time she fucks up, they give her a bigger and more deadlier weapon.
That's the thing. They're like, hey, it's okay, you can hold my gun, and she up immediately.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, it's okay, we'll get you an edible to calm down.
She high as and they give her weapons bigger than her.
Well, I just did an A-ball. I probably shouldn't hand that to
Yeah. See, I mean, every time she talked to somebody, she's like, we're going to be the best friends. We're going to be sisters.
She got me with that little pill thing.
Man.
No. Even like it's food.
Because I remember when I was a kid and my mom leave the house and I busted to them Flintstone buttons, man.
You looking up at you.
Now it's coming.
Yeah, looking like this.
She's double fisting bottles, dog.
Yeah. Gobbling the shit.
Yeah, man.
God damn.
No, she was hilarious. And you know what? I even like the dad. The dad kind of looks like George Clooney's older, less handsome brother kind of here. Henry Sersney and Andy McDowell.
Andy McDowell, I saw her.
Yeah, man, they play mom and dad in the movie, man, and
still looking good.
Yeah, no, both of them. One guy's kind of more of a character actor, but Andy McDowell is looking great for age, man. Got that Hollywood money, better. Yeah. But in the movie, I really like them, man, because they're great at just playing this naturally. To your point with what you said earlier, it's kind of like and thing is, it's really great how they set them up because they are so confident at the beginning. And they don't realize how things are about to go wrong for them that night. But before they just playing it cool.
Whenever the masses are presented with a new edition, we place a playing card into the box.
She said, I tell you, like, she's just like, okay, whatever, I'm just going to go with this. The only one I wasn't sure about in the movie, I don't know how to take it because she is probably the most exaggerated character, was Aunt Helen, played by Nikki Guadagni, looking like an anorexic Ursula right there.
I was trying to put my finger on it, but you're 100% right with that.
Angry ass cockatoos.
Cockatoo.
But she's the one that's really playing up. Like I said, the movie, is playing with little gothic elements.
Sure.
Like like you saw a little card box and everything. This one, like I said, this is where they kind of go full Tim Burton, with this.
Right.
And
Out there looking crazy.
Yeah, yeah. She was the one that was kind of overdoing it for me, but I didn't bring the movie down for me.
Not at all. She was the weakest one for me as well.
Yeah, the movie goes into such bizarre areas, man, and really, like I said, you were talking about how it looked like they show everything. They show a lot. I would say that, but it really doesn't prepare you for where it goes, even though you might be able to predict it. But even then, it's just kind of like, wow, okay, so y'all did go there. But going to those places, I still feel like they could have pushed it more, and maybe not so more like in the gore or anything like that. I think they could have done it. I think the script with the humor, not the wicked or the dark humor, just the humor, man. I think they could have used a script punch. I think they missed some opportunities to throw in some really funny lines for when things were getting real bizarre, when things were getting real crazy.
Because I think that as the movie progresses, when you get to that third act, that's when the humor is kind of put on the backlog for a lot of the supernatural and other things that are happening. And honestly, the humor was the strongest part. And so when you leave that out, you kind of start to see, hey, like you definitely could have put a line here.
You know what? I think that's where you and I kind of probably disagree a little bit, because I thought that the movie had, like I said, it's handling these little pockets pretty well. And I thought that when they got to the part where, moments where it was so suspenseful, I wish they hadn't gone back to comedy so soon. I wish they let the suspense breathe a little bit more, because they were doing it well, and I was really into it. And then something happens where it's a break to make a joke or get a laugh, and again, it didn't ruin it for me, but I was liking the tension, and it kind of broke it a little bit. Not everywhere, in some small parts.
No, I can totally understand where you're coming from.
The ending might be a little bit too much for some people.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say what it is. Maybe you see it coming, maybe you don't. I kind of saw it coming and was still like, that's funny. That part, look, they go to the line and somebody says, I dare you to cross it. And they say, okay. And they did, Yeah. So I tell you, I think, like I said, I think it could have used a punch up in some areas, especially with the humor as it went along, but not enough to come in here and nitpick on the film. I enjoyed this a lot, man. I think this is it's one of the better movies to come out in 2019. And it's a smaller film. It's one that's not a blockbuster, a huge blockbuster. It's one that's not a sequel. It's not a trilogy or anything like that. It's not a superhero film. It is somewhat of a horror film, but I think it stands pretty unique on its own. I'm close to giving this probably a low full price, but I'd probably go with a high matinee, man. I really enjoyed this. I would recommend this as a fun time at the movies.
Yeah, I went into this completely blind. Actually, Coleman texted me an hour before the movie and was like, hey, you want to watch a movie? And I was like, I guess. I was in my boxers cooking food.
I was like, get up.
Get your ass to the theater. No, and then when I was sitting down, I haven't laughed this much in the theater all year. And so for me, I was actually enjoying myself all throughout. I was not expecting it to take the comedy twist that it did, even when I felt like, oh, they might be, kind of running its wheel. And I felt like there was a little bit of a lull in the middle. They do things that made me just turn around. And I really did enjoy that.
I will say that they do keep things twisting, man.
They keep things twisting. If you think anybody's safe, they're not, and I love that.
Yeah.
And so then I will agree with you that by the time you get to the third act, it's either you go with it or you don't, and that might decide how you feel about that particular ending. But for me, I went with it. I was loving the ride. I'm with you. I'm not at the point where I give it a full price. I feel like this is about as best of a B movie as you can get.
Really?
And so I give this a very, very enthusiastic high matinee.
High matinee is all around, everybody. You want to throw in a high matinee?
No.
You sure?
I'll let you know. I'll let you know next week.
Everybody else is doing it.
I'm gonna go see it on Sunday.
You gonna go see it?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what you think about it, man.
I wish I would get the text now.
I know. I tried to call you yesterday. I'm sorry. He was my first choice for my date.
You lied to me. You lied to me.
You busted me, man.
I didn't know. I thought maybe he had 2 tickets. I don't know.
Yeah. Coleman said, so once I'm in the theater, he's like, yeah, Martin can't make it. You were my first choice as backup. I was like, I know you lying. I know you lying.
And then you just had to open
Nigga, I ain't ever answer your text no more.
Sorry. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. Hey, stay a little bit longer. hit that subscribe button, get the notifications, and if you really love us, then check us out at our real home, doubletoasted.com. Why? Because over there, you can find the long version of this video and many others, along with the live streams that we do almost every night of the week. Support us at dtmerch.com. And remember to always stay